Nature, especially plants, are some of the most beautiful and interesting things about our world. As Miles Redd once said, if I see it in nature, I can know it will work in my home. Many plants that we see outside can also be planted and grown in our homes. The first type of plant that is seen outside, but also seen in many households, including mine, is known as a potho, aka devil's ivy. Pothos are very popular indoor plants. They can also be seen growing up the side of houses. Their heart-shaped leaves and vines that trail are good for purifying the air in your home. Not only that, but they are able to preserve themselves in low light and long periods of neglect. They are very good for people who are busy and can't care for a plant often. As long as they add water every 3 to 4 weeks, they will have a big luxurious plant within 6 months. I am going to show you guys what a potho looks like. This is my Versus. That's her name, and I have had her for almost a year. Now, moving on. Planting of any kind is not a simple task, but anyone can learn how to do it. It takes time, patience, and being hands-on, whether you're growing pothos or flowers, fruit, and or vegetables. Remember, things take time to grow. Many people buy a plant and forget that it needs a human's time and patience. They also require hands-on nurturing, such as pruning, which is trimming, rotating, and watering. Some plants require more care than others. Some plants can thrive in low light and less water, like pothos, while others require more specific care, like peace lilies, which I have. Peace lilies need to be mulched for their roots to be healthy. They also need to be trimmed at certain times when their leaves or vines turn yellow or brown. If left untrimmed, they could end up sick and refuse to bloom. Now, I actually trimmed a leaf off of my peace lily not too long ago, and the yellow vine is kind of still there, so I'm just going to give it a quick little snip. Get that off there. And also this one bloomed on the top pretty early, so eventually it will turn all the way green and yellow for me to snip it too. I also have another white one ready to bloom. But moving on, indoor plants are good for your household, not only scientifically, but mentally as well. NASA has proven that indoor plants can absorb 90% of dangerous toxins that are found in our homes, such as formaldehyde, carbon monoxide, and ammonia. Plants are not only better for us physically, but mentally too. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you guys a way to repot your plants before I continue on. So as you can see, I have a hole and some potting soil. I am going to take this new plant that I bought at Kroger's. They call it a foliage plant. It's so pretty. And a lot of people don't know, but all you really have to do is turn your plant upside down and like squeeze it a little bit, as long as it's dry. And then you can see, I knew that plant needed to come out of there because see how all the roots are around? They were pretty much already in the bottom of the pot. And then you carefully want to sit it down into that hole, and you just make sure your soil gets all around as thoroughly as possible. And if you need to add more in there, you can, which I actually need to add a little bit more. And the type of soil that I'm using in this particular plant is potting soil. So I'm just gonna get some of that, make sure it makes its way all the way around. Make sure it makes its way all the way around. around. And here we are. She is ready to go. And this pot should be all right with her for about 6 months. I would say 6 months. I should have enough time to let the roots sprout and grow around in that pot before I have to repot it in another one. So, indoor plants are something that anyone can care for. I highly recommend pothos for first timers since they don't require a lot of care. I recommend peace lilies for people that do have more time on their hands. And we all already know that it's been scientifically proven that indoor plants are good for your household, so why not get one? Plants are good for many reasons. They can be a little work, but very rewarding. As I said earlier, nature, especially plants, are one of the most beautiful and interesting things about our world. Bringing plants into the home has become more popular over the years, and it's proven to be very beneficial. Plants give us better oxygen and even improve our mentality. As long as we look after plants, they will look after us.